those of you who got to raft yesterday, you now know how magical that river really is. I mean, with its gorgeous canyon and roaring rapids, legendary waterfalls, it's truly a special place. But it's really special to Nate and Cait for another reason. It's where they met. It's where they fell in love. And how wonderful to have their wedding where they pledged their lives to themselves here on the shores of that river.
One of my memories of Katie is when my wife and I were building this house, the whole Taus family would come up, and I didn't know what to do with Katie. She's a little girl. I get this suggestion from her mother, said, you should sit down and watch Lizzie Borden with Hilary Duff. Lizzie McGuire. So anyway, it was this goofy show, and I'd sit there and watch it with her. And sometimes I think I'd make cookies or something, and I go, I have no clue why I'm watching this. This is all about like young girls and growing up or whatever. But one of the things I did pick up on it was like sticking to it. And what I did write was kind of like an open letter to Katie, and it's about grit. And it says, Dear Katie, I am blessed with an opportunity to know Katie and watch her grow up from an infant to an adult. Usually it was from a safe distance, which was good.
Nate has had some incredible luck in his years as a boater. When they go off on these fantastic river trips, you have to have a permit, and there's this lottery system. It's not easy to get those permits. Some people wait for years to get them. Nate, first try, gets a once-in-a-lifetime Grand Canyon permit. And then he gets a Selway permit, one of the hardest ones to ever get. And then a couple of Middle Fork permits, and now a second once-in-a-lifetime permit for the Grand Canyon. So I would have to say that this is a pretty lucky guy. However, the best luck of his life was the day he was living in Portland. He decided to come on over to the White Salmon River and do some boating. And he met up with some folks from Bend. And one of the people on that group was Cait.
Katie is the type of friend that she's always there, and she makes you know that you're important and that you're loved. I remember one Halloween weekend when I was living in Idaho, her in Utah. She was on the phone with me on her way home from work, and she said, hey, why don't I just drive up to Idaho? And so instead of going home, she drove to Idaho, and we had the best weekend. And we decided we wanted to be Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, and we spent the whole day trying to find these perfect costumes. But that's just how Katie is. She comes and she makes everything better.
I've actually known Katie for probably about 26 years now, which is the majority of our lifetime. So my memories of you go from fighting over brat stalls and Barbies to our adventures in, Southern California, San Francisco, here. So one of the really coolest things about knowing Katie is watching literally her grow up. I know I'm only like a couple years older than you, but it's been seriously one of the coolest things to see her transform into this really strong, independent, smart, beautiful woman in front of us. And then when I met Nate, I actually was like, wow, he's really cool. He's a great guy for Katie, and I think you guys fit so perfectly. And, just seeing that love between you guys was always so amazing to see.
Now, each one of you in the audience today has likely felt firsthand how both Cait and Nate are so often the first to shake hands of a new arrival and ensure that they are felt welcome in the circle. They have forged granite-solid connections with people all across the West and are passionately loyal to their friends and family. But I think the true gift as gatherers is their ability to weave those connections together and gather the people in their life to create community, no matter where they go. In Hood River, Portland, Bend, wherever. Nate and Cait find friends and bring them together to create something that is much greater than a simple sum of its parts. A good friend of mine would often say, fun takes work. And Nate and Cait have time and again put in hours of work to create a moment in time that is meant to selflessly celebrate the other people in their lives.
Caitlin Ray Taus. While I often joke with you for speaking in extremes, I want to tell you that I'm so happy to be here with you today. From the moment we first met, I knew you were a kindred soul and breathtakingly beautiful, but I could never have known the depth of you, the breathtakingly beautiful person you are, my perfect complement, and the woman that I'd long to grow old with.
I can't read these without crying, so we'll see how it goes. I didn't make it very far. Nate, from the moment I met you, I felt our souls aligned with each other, so much so that I kept trying to convince you that we'd certainly met before, even though we hadn't. We've grown so much over the last 7 years, from pandemics to vaccines and long distance to cohabitating. We worked through injuries and recoveries, deaths and births, nursing school and dream jobs. Our life together is a series of boops and swims.
I vow to allow you to be your own person, to never take our relationship for granted, and to cherish you each and every day, to work hard. I vow to laugh with you, cry with you, and most of all, I vow to be all yours, always and forever. I love you.
Through kayaking countless rivers and traveling the world together, I fell deeper in love with you more each year. We've shared so much, and I look forward to a lifetime more of memories with you. I love you, and I can't wait to start our lives together as husband and wife.
Well, folks, I believe they've done it. By the power vested in me by the river gods and the state of Washington, I pronounce you husband and wife. I present to you Mr. and Mrs. Merrill. You may now kiss the bride.
I wanted to start by saying Nate is not a chip off the old block. Nate was a excellent student. Nate is a warm, loving person, and I'm a scurrilous guy. My sister's here, and she can tell you that I was not the easiest kid to raise. I wrecked 3 family cars. Nate never wrecked any family. Well, he wrecked one. I think the reason why Nate is Nate is large part the women in his life. He has an amazing respect and comfortableness around women, and I think that Cait might have detected that in Nate. But for people, that force that allows fusion to take place is love.
I hope that for you guys, you have that forever. That wonderful day in and day out sometimes, and sometimes incredibly amazing adventures. I hope that stays with you for all of your life. I want to tell you that we love you, and we hope to participate in many more of those adventures with you.
So I have no doubt that this fusion is going to last and be a real strong bond. And so here's to love.